Hello, everybody in the Edward P. Maloney Drum Corps. This is me, Nickypipes, coming at you at 11:17, the night before the Strawberry and Laurel Fest. This is not a housekeeping video for those jabs because I'm sure nobody will see these. I'm hoping everybody else is sound asleep now, getting some rest. Where I'm stuck here, wide awake, wired. I've got the apartment to myself tonight. Katie went downstate to see her family, so I'm here by my lonesome, keeping myself entertained and raising hell while I'm doing it. Watching some MLB baseball games. Very entertaining stuff, so, but anyways, like I said, this isn't anything that has to do with the Laurel Fest, but we might as well make a toast to the Strawberry and Laurel Fest, while we're at it. So, here's the first toast of the weekend. I got a bus trip coming up. Absolutely love bus trips. I can't wait. This is gonna be a hoot. So, cheers, everybody. Cheers to the weekend. So, just wanted to make a few announcements about some things coming up in the future here, weeks, days, months ahead. No practice Monday night. We got the night off, but please continue to keep working on this stuff at home. You know, this itchy fingers business is really starting to progress along. We played it on the big pipes and drums at practice Monday night. Pipe section sounded good on it, I'm telling you. I mean, they sound good. So we don't want to let them down. We've never let them down before, so let's not start now. And I'm sure everybody's going to do a great job on this itchy fingers score. When I wrote the score, I did it with the intention to write something that I knew everybody would be able to handle. No problem, and I'm sure that's something we're all gonna play well together. So continue to work on that with these videos and in your own practice. Tenors Monday night, wow! I mean, my God, you guys just about damn near had it down solid. That was great. I was very pleased and very impressed. Had Kevin Gilfillan on bass. He did a great job. Thanks a lot there, Kevin. Appreciate it. And snares, it was myself and my good friend and colleague Mike Flynn on snare, and that was about it for the snares. Actually, that wasn't about it. That was it. Nobody else was there. I knew Drew was out of town on business, and Will had some things come up that he couldn't make it, but nobody else got in touch with me. Felt like I got stood up. I wasn't even sure what was going on. I started panicking, saying, geez, I think I got on these people's nerves so bad they might have quit the band, which I really hope isn't the case. But, you know, anything at all. Practices, you know, performances, if you can't make it to something, just let me know. It's always no questions asked. I'm not going to bust your chops. Well, I might bust your chops, but I'm not going to get mad if you can't make it to something. But, you know, just send me an email. Call the Drummers Hotline at 607-283-3705 and let me know. It's never a problem. The thing about this band is everybody does what they can, and it's always appreciated. And if, you know, you can't make it to some jabs, don't sweat it, because there's a lot of other obligations I'm sure everybody else has got. I know I've got some things outside the band. So, you know, it's no big deal. So if you can't make it to something, I'm just going to say thanks for letting me know. No problem. Well, we're going to miss you, but, you know, cheers. You know, thanks for letting me know. Cheers, I'll say to you like that. Just like that. Cheers. That's what I'll say. Cheers. So, want to talk about some equipment. Also, I think it's going to be the first practice after the 4th of July. We're going to change the snares top heads from the Remo. Actually, I got one right here. From the Remo Cybermax 8337Cs to those Andante Cortec heads. They're also a Kevlar head, same as these. The only difference is that these, well, it reminds me, I've got something else I want to talk about. I'm glad I've got this here. Only difference between these heads and the Andantes is that these heads, known for being the Weather King, have got a white protective coating on top of the Kevlar. So they're both Kevlar heads. Just the one has this has got the white finish on it to protect from the elements. I like the Andantes a lot. That's why I want to go along with them. I think they've, without that restriction of the white coating, we can crank them a little bit tighter even, make a little bit of a harder surface, and in the end get some more bounce. So I'm pretty excited to try that. Listen, you know, we might love them, we might hate them, we might think they're okay, but I at least ask everybody to bear with me on this, and we give them a try. And if we don't like them, They make these every single day, so these aren't going away forever. If we don't like them, we can go back to these, but let's at least give them a try. I'm going to send out a few emails between now and then, to make sure everybody... I want as many people to that practice as possible, please. That way we can tension as many of these drums down together and get them to sound tensioned and tuned well together, so I'm excited to see how this goes down. But part of the reason I'm glad I had this here is I want to tell you a little story, because, I like telling stories during these videos. This happened to me at the golf tournament, and I was pretty embarrassed by what happened to me at the golf tournament, and I really want to apologize and promise it won't ever happen again, because I've learned my lesson. I got to the golf tournament about, I don't know, Katie and I got there, it was a little before, it was about 9, maybe a little after, and it wasn't a day that was like desert conditions or anything like that, but it was warm enough. It was probably mid 80s to upper 80s, if I had to say. Probably no higher than mid 80s. So I get there, get out the clubs, having a few beers, and we went out and played golf and got back, and we had the luncheon after the golf tournament, and it got to be I don't know, probably close to 5, and that entire time my drum was in the car. So the band's getting ready to play at the end of the golf tournament, and I go to get my drum out of the car, and I hit it a few times, and it sounds like a tenor drum almost. I'm like, what? And so I start, I didn't have a key on me, so somebody loaned me a key, and I start tensioning it down and tensioning down the top head, and nothing's really happening. The lugs and tension screws are just spinning around. So I said, oh man, I must have blew it, so I'm looking to see where it blew. Well, anyways, these drum heads have got, obviously, this metal hoop on the outside. And they're glued in. And it's separated due to the being in the car and being warm. So, anyways, long story short, do not leave these things in the car. I learned my lesson, and hopefully you learned from me, but it's just not a good idea. And the same is true in the winter months. It gets cold out there, so don't leave these drums in the car. I'm telling you, believe it or not, technically, drums are an acoustic instrument, and we do not want these instruments out in the car. So, may this had be a lesson to you. So, that's, and speaking of which, I mentioned somebody loaned me a key, and I still have that key. It's over here on my coffee table in the other room. I'll bring it to the band jobs, and I forgot who it was that loaned it to me because I was in such a tizzy over these damn heads. They're busting that head, so, whoever loaned me that key, let me know, and if you could accurately describe what the key looks like, I'd be glad to give it back to you, and if you can't, I'm keeping it. So that's about all for now, and just keep, practicing along and doing a great job like everybody's doing. I'm pleased with everybody and proud to be a member of this drum corps and this organization. I look at these video counts. When I started this YouTube channel, I wanted it to be something kind of incognito and inconspicuous. I named it like MMPB or MMPB Rocks, something like that. I can't quite remember what the title of this is, or the name of the channel. But I didn't want it to be like Edward P. Maloney Drum Corps lesson videos or anything like that. Because, this is something for our corps, and I didn't want it to get too far out the realms of the drum corps, and wanted it to be something just for us. But got a lot of views, and sometimes I've actually wondered, I said, is anybody else watching these things, I wonder? Other bands or other players, and if they are, that's fine. That's cool with me, and we'd love to have you if you like what's going on. We're always welcome for new members. But if you don't like what we're doing, that's fine too, and that's too bad for you. And if you really don't like this band or our drum corps, our videos, if I had to guess, you're probably watching these videos from the basement of your grandmother.